Sorry, Jason.
Sailing, yeah, sorry, Jason. We are on old business. We are on the park field and pavilion fees. Looking at the current fee schedule, the committee is considering a 10% increase across the board to all fees. And that is where we currently are in the conversation.
All proposed fees, not existing. So basically taking what Sean sent us as proposed and going an additional 10%.
Yes, yeah, correct. Okay. Yeah, we
Alright.
made that same mistake last.
Yeah.
That's concerned
Yeah,
about the
the
state laws on
proposed.
the current very high rate for the parks and you want to go 10% on those and we were approving.
That was Rob, I know.
Yep. Yeah, right,
Um,
and I'll go the other way.
Yep, and just a quick note for Jason, we also were talking about flagging a follow-up in January to discuss possibly doing step increases, so that we keep up with inflation going forward. We would want to follow up with Melissa as well to find out how that works, because we don't think that the fees committee's really ever dealt with that issue before.
Yeah.
So that was the discussion that you missed. It was my fault. I apologize. Whenever I launched Teams, I did not hit record. So we've had a discussion, but basically,
The future, man. Talking to Jason.
exactly. But basically, it's changing the fees as Harry outlined.
And then just to note, there's also discussion around just kind of the overall process for, signing out a field and how that could possibly align with some of the modernization work that's going on. And so hopefully we can get an update on that between now and that January timeframe. Should be reasonable.
All right, and then before we move forward to a motion, the only other thing we had discussed that is not recorded for the minutes was the lights.
Yeah, that's what I want to make sure that before we speak it into that as something. And so, looking at the proposed fees. These are the new proposed fees? Are these?
No, those are.
No, those are. Yeah,
Yeah,
this is
no,
the comparison.
it's right here.
Yeah.
So
this one?
Page.
Yeah, so you guys, McAuliffe Lights, the Field 4 McKenna, going for a resident fee per evening would be $25 to turn on the lights. And then for Gorman Park and Martin
Yeah,
Lights,
no,
because it's just the user groups use it. I'm gonna have to we're gonna come up with some language that will help. So there won't be a charge to the youth groups that are in East Hartford.
So on this page here, the only other change was the McAuliffe lights.
Yeah.
Instead of free 25 and 50.
Yeah.
Except applying the 10%
10%, yeah.
increase.
Do you want to do 10% just for the non-resident and then keep it at 25 or resident?
I would keep the language simpler for the motion. I would just do 10% across the board, because you're just half it for a resident.
Yeah.
Versus non-resident, and then they both move at the 10%
Yeah,
together.
so 10% on 25.
Yeah, and 10% on 50.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
And then
Because I'll leave this with Jason just as so that's the only thing that we changed here.
Yep.
Now,
Yep.
what
And
about
then-
lights at the other fields?
Yeah.
Gorman and Martin, you were gonna do some language.
Yep. Because the youth
cover
group,
football,
to
yeah.
help cover football.
So then we would put it here as well for Gorman and Martin, but you would insert some language before it goes to council to say with the exception of
Yep.
youth leagues or however.
Yeah, you do that. Perfect.
where are the updated numbers for this section here?
507.
Says team.
That's what I'm
residents
working on. Oh,
current.
that's it. That's what I'm working on. This is it right here. This one?
Yeah,
That's it.
okay, so there's no proposed,
That is, yeah.
there's no changes?
No, there is. I made so the first two spreadsheets are the current with team rentals and the current league usage. And then down below is the
Oh, I see.
proposed
Yep.
team proposals
Oh, yeah.
and team,
All right.
yeah,
On top.
percentage.
Are you wondering why it says 507?
Yeah.
And that was the, no, that was the one that, so in the years past, way before me, they had some really big hitters, deep pocket people using the fields, like University of Hartford, that were willing to pay anything. And those fees were created. I don't really know why they were created, but they're not realistic in the current environment.
So it's basically eliminating.
Yeah,
We don't-
eliminating and doing.
So everything becomes standard
Yeah.
based off of what he has down
You
below.
recall, Sean, last
Okay.
time the University of Hartford or other college or major organizations actually reached from us in these fields?
10, 12 years before,
Um,
before me, yeah.
Okay. So
Ted was
now
here when they
I'm
did it,
just a little
so
bit
that's
more
what's-
confused. This is kind of like all over the place. So it's $90 for the whole day for a resident to rent
Mhm.
an athletic field.
And 180 for.
For
No.
McAuliffe Park. It's it's free for a resident and it's $50 for the day for a
No,
non-resident.
that's gonna be
That's just for
25.
lights,
Lights, that's gonna be 25 now.
because all athletic fields, so that's gonna cover all of them, but then just lights is gonna be 25 and 50. And he's gonna insert language saying except unit.
So we're going from 500 for a resident to $90.
Yeah, but it's not realistic, because like they had some big groups in there and like right now, if we went down, yeah, so,
Let me just try to
Yeah.
make this like
yeah,
much simpler. How many people are paying this current 500? Like,
No.
I'm just so confused
No.
because, okay, that would have been helpful information.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah,
So no one's paying these high prices that are here. Okay,
So right now, nobody rents McAuliffe?
They
Or we're just
do,
not charging
they're all groups that were here before and they were charged the regular rates they were never charged those rates.
they weren't
Right.
charged these rates.
That's
They were charged a
really
lower rate.
unfair to whatever was paying those rates before.
Right.
Yeah.
yeah,
Before, so I can't, but like the Twilight League that plays, I mean, they can't afford that. Or, you know, if when Legion was here, you know, they couldn't afford playing on the field.
So they
If you rented off McAuliffe Park, you wouldn't have been charging 500, you would have been charging 90,
Yeah. Or 60, it was 60, yeah.
whatever it was, okay.
wait. So
okay, so it was 60.
No, it was 500, but
just
they
didn't
weren't
charge
paying
it.
that one.
So
Yeah,
we
guy,
weren't
they
following
were
our-
paying the minimum,
they weren't following the rates.
whatever policy happened, I don't know.
Oh, that's not good. No. I'm glad we're cleaning it up, but that's not good.
No.
Well, I wish you guys would have stopped me on my hourly versus.
That's why I
Yeah.
was,
Hey, thing.
Because you thought we were doing pretty good. No, we're not.
no. That's why I was like, there's a lot of
Yeah, but, okay.
Okay, so keep in mind, we're going to get a look at this again in January. We're going to collect more data in time for January. So we don't necessarily have to solve it all right now. I agree, maybe in January, that's another one that we look at is going to hourly instead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that what's tough for me is because there's no data to look at. I
Right.
think that's the tough thing for me as a data person to try to extrapolate out.
To me, if there's
what this all
7
looks
leagues
like.
that are already using it though,
So-
I feel like they're gonna still use it though.
What?
The 7 leagues that he mentioned earlier are already using the fields.
And
Right.
basically, at least we're fixing the 500 that nobody's even charging. We're
Actually,
fixing the
100.
fact that they're not following their own policies.
So
Right.
those 7 leagues,
Are
none of
outside,
them
right?
from outside of East
Yeah.
Hartford are not.
Right now, everyone, even the outside groups have East Hartford people in it, but there are some out, they're outside, but they're connected to East Hartford, but they.
So what-
South Windsor and.
Not
Do you,
Peter,
do you-
like,
what's
residents.
your threshold? Do you
No.
have like a threshold like in the policy of like if it's 70% or if it's okay?
And that
so-
formal written, we're following it?
So all of these 7 teams are 70% or greater East Hartford residents.
No,
No,
I'm
that's
sorry,
right.
no.
They're outside groups, that's why I was saying
Yeah,
like,
they're outside groups with East Hartford, but they're under.
so they would be charged this non-resident rate though.
The
Okay,
180,
the 180.
previously 150.
Mhm.
And you were charging them the 150, not the 700.
That's what I'm trying to understand.
So to your point, Harry, I think we start getting data by fixing this. And I
Yeah.
agree, we can't go too far without getting data, but right now we don't understand it because you look at our policy and it should have been 700, but he's telling us that now we've only been charged 150. We've always. just been doing
Yeah,
this.
but now. 'Cause now I'm looking at from 60 to 90 for a resident, and that's a 50% increase. already.
On something, but if you look at the comparisons over here, we were already way underpriced.
No, but we're not. So I'm already like recalculating everything I'm looking at. And so that's 90, but then Glastonbury is $75.
For a whole day.
It's 3 hours. That's what I'm saying. Nobody's really using it for a whole day. I think like we're trying to assume, like I think you're doing your event and you're out of there maybe 3, 4, 5
It's
hours.
mixed.
So yeah,
It's mixed.
I think there are some people
I'm
that do
getting your
use it
headache.
though. I
'Cause
agree though.
we're back to what Awet was saying, that going to hourly would make more sense.
Would make more sense actually, because then you're able to say, hey, you know what? It's like the 8 of us go to play a game, like that's gonna be fun for 3 hours and we're all done. But illegally operating
yeah.
a tournament, they're gonna operate a tournament. You know, Lawrence and Harry will play, then winner of that game will play, and before you know it, you're here for like 6 hours. You cook out lunch, you bring out whatever, like you're there for at least 6 hours.
So again, to try to keep this easy and knowing that we're going to be revisiting at least portions of this in January, maybe the easiest thing from the motion and the fee structure is to add a half day. So you can do your same fee structure, but you can run it in a 4-hour or an 8-hour block.
And at least provides another option for folks. If they don't want to do it in
And then
our,
that also gives us a data collection point to reviewing. How many people did it for a half day? How many people did it for a full day?
right.
I'm cool with it.
Okay.
That works.
Whatever you guys want to do.
Well, I'm just trying to think what makes
No,
it the
yeah.
easiest to keep.
It makes it
it
easier to
clean,
check the data
because
too, because then you know like
We're
if
getting,
it's-
it's a more complicated issue than we were expecting. So what we're going to do here, add half day. Right? That makes sense?
Yeah.
And again, I'm gonna try to pass these to Jason just so that it's easier for him. But basically, the changes that we've made is we're doing a 10% on all the proposed fees. We've added a lighting fee for both parks that have lights, but we're gonna add an exception for youth organizations. And for the fields, we're gonna add a half day versus a full day.
with it.
It's a half day, half price.
Yeah, basically
Yeah.
keeping everything the same. And again, the idea being that when we revisit this next, now we'll actually have some data. We won't have outdated fees that nobody's been charging. We'll have a place where we can see how they've actually been using the fields. And really, that almost keeps it consistent with the pavilions, because the pavilions are done in a 4-hour block and then each additional hour.
Mhm.
So when we get the data, maybe we do away with the full day, but we start going to just a half day with the additional hours so that it matches what they're doing with the pavilions and other, it stays consistent with other types of offerings.
Right, yeah.
Fortunately, I don't think that we can solve everything on this one tonight, but I think
No.
that's at least a good start.
Well, the good start is the first time this conversation's had in a long time.
Sounds that way.
It's just so to make sure this is the right proposed, this is proposed was current for the community center.
I don't
Auditorium?
know if we're talking about that today. Are we? The building?
Is this just
So
added notes for discussion? It's been proposed as well, or is this just discussion?
no, it's been proposed, but if we can, if you all are all right with tabling it, then that's what the mayor suggested, because we're still going through the internal policy,
With what?
the standardized
CCC,
community center.
the auditorium, it's
Yeah.
like the first
And
section
even
below the
yeah,
memo.
And that is a separate line item, so that's
No, it's
B.
B. I
Oh,
know.
just be, oh, sorry.
Yeah, so we can just table B.
I just didn't hear what you guys were talking about,
Yeah,
so I
no,
just
and I
wanted to make
misunderstood
sure.
what you
Yeah,
No, sorry.
yeah, it's a different, it's
Different item, okay.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yeah.
yeah, so I want to get through this one that we're on.
Yeah,
so
no,
we can
I agree.
get to
Sorry.
The next one.
Yeah, so then that's just park facilities, athletic fields, which is the pavilions, the fields, the lights, so
Yeah.
I think we're okay there. The only thing I need to give Jason is this sheet and this sheet.
All right, I'd like to call for a motion on park facilities and athletic fields.
Make a motion to approve the,
So recommend to.
recommend Penn Council approve the proposed revised fee structures for the Server Parks and Rec, Parks Field and Pavilion fees as provided in a memo from Sean Dwyer, Assistant Parks and Recreation Director to Mayor Connor S. Martin, dated February 10th, 2026, per the committee's discussion with following changes.
Adding the 10%
Okay.
increase in
Listed those.
proposed fees, adding the lighting fees, and adding the half-day field rental. Right?
Yep. Thank you.
And I'll second that.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, no. All right, motion carries. All right, moving along to our next item of business, which is the community room rentals. But I'm hearing that needs to be tabled again.
It will be helpful,
Okay,
yes.
all right, so
We're still dealing with the internal policy.
yeah, no problem. Call for a motion to table item B under old business.
So moved.
No, you gotta. You have to make a motion.
I move that we table item B of the fees committee agenda.
And I will second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? No, motion passes. All right, excellent. Moving on.
On the gym membership,
Yeah,
willing to discuss it. We're curious to see what you want. Yeah.
all right, moving along to old business, senior center gym membership. And we have our health director here, Lawrence. Floor is yours.
So we put in a proposal for this one because as we went through the fiscal year 27 budget process, there were certain currently ARPA funded positions that just did not get included into our budget proposal because of just overall priorities with our finance director and our mayor. And one of those was the expenses for the gym. The other part of this, so there's a couple of different expenses. One was currently the part-time employee that works 30 hours a week to staff the gym for safety reasons and to assist residents. They are local ARPA funded, and those funds will expire December of this year, December 2026. You know, we made sure that when we forecasted the wages for this person and several other ARPA funded positions for senior services, that we would be able to support those positions until the funds were right about to expire. So we're doing okay until December of 2026. But then after that is the question mark of what to do next. We've been looking for other grants to potentially apply to support this, and we have not been able to find the right grant that would allow us to propose for this. So the position itself is one of the concerns, is being able to support the wages for a position for the gym, specifically only the gym. So that we have a person that serves as a personal trainer. The other concern for this is that we are now getting into several years of the gym operation. And when the senior center wasn't built, there wasn't any kind of specific budget line item that was included to address aging equipment post warranty. And we're getting there. We're starting to see equipment pieces break from wear and tear. We currently support a contract for $2,500 a year for quarterly maintenance, but additional repairs are at cost based on any kind of belt repairs or replacement. And we're now at a point where one of the pieces of equipment is just at a full loss, and the person is saying it's beyond age, it's not really worth repairing, it would take several $1,000s. It's time to replace it because it's over 4 years old. So we're dealing with equipment.
We opened the gym with no maintenance plan.
Yes, yes.
Man, it's the bamboo wood.
This
covers it.
They got like $500,000, man.
I know.
Let them do it.
And they have denied us that ability to use those funds for that. They
Right.
want
Yeah.
to keep
Yeah,
the program
I don't wanna
specifically on.
jinx it.
We
Are
requested
they the ones that
too.
bought the original equipment?
Uh,
Did the town?
I think it,
likely some of
Yeah,
those
I thought
funds
it
were
was.
used for it.
yeah, it was kind of like
Yeah.
hodgepodge.
Yeah,
Okay.
But so they bought the equipment and that's why they shouldn't have to pay any fees. But yeah, we don't want to use our money to pay to replace the equipment, but we don't want to pay any fees still.
or the staffing.
Or at
wages.
least,
We
yeah.
Requested covering wages too, and that was a
Talk
no.
talk
They
about
want that
wanting your
money
cake and wanting
only
to eat
for
it too.
programmatic.
Right.
Gotcha.
Well,
So
that's the
goal
irony
of
of the
the
whole thing.
fees would be to
Cover the
Cover
position
the position in the
and-
future.
and wear and tear, building in some wear and tear,
Yeah.
yes.
And as far as justification of the residents go, I would say, well, if the Friends of the Senior Center had maintained the equipment or agreed to replace it, we would have been able to keep it fee-free. But since, thank you very much for the initial gift, we now have to be to replace it, therefore we have to charge fees.
I would just say you gotta pay this or the gym is closing.
Yeah, to be honest,
I
like,
mean,
you know, when you're.
Or go back and tell the friends to continue to maintain the gym and we'll keep it free.
Yeah. Several years ago, and I was becoming familiar with senior center programming. So that was the first thing I said to you was, we have a gym, but there's no logic line to talk about the replacement and repair of equipment. This is problematic, you know, it was my first concern. I agree with you. That's an expensive thing to have
Yeah.
without having already built in a plan for
Well,
it.
and some talk about something that's hard use too,
Yes.
like exercise equipment is used
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah, we currently have 350 individuals that regularly use it. So on a, you know, some maybe only once a week, but some are almost daily.
Wow.
So these are 350 individuals that are really active members, that they signed up separately. They went through the safety protocol and
Oh, wow.
they log in each time that they use the gym as an activity. So we know that they're ongoing users. So what we did was in the packet, in this, you'll see a table that breaks down the estimated costs, which is the personal trainer's hourly wages at 30 hours a week for the year, 52 hours or 52 weeks, which equals to about $40,024. We have the service maintenance, which is I said 25, it's $2,000 a year currently for the contract that we currently have in place. And then we factored in, this is just based on some parts replacement right now, about $3,000, we're saying a year. And
That's pretty low.
We recognize as low as one of the things that we would currently were looking to at least cover if there was a major piece of equipment possibly within our senior services account from other fees that we collect, instead of trying to really do one jump of a fee that would be higher than other areas around us. And so, you know, I kind of put it minimal because maybe we'll get lucky and, you know, one year we won't have something.
Yeah, but really you should be starting to bank towards the known life expectancy of this equipment's gonna have to be replaced. So really, we should be, covering the parts, but a treadmill lasts 5 years, they cost this much, so. My point is, again, I think we're low.
I appreciate you bringing that up. Yes, I mean, when you look at the town comparisons, we're kind of in that middle. Some are charging about
Saw
$12
that.
to $16. Even if we lose some members, because we know that some people may just say not worth it, I only go once a week and they drop. So we kind of tried to do an estimate, like the table shows how we were just trying to do a break-even calculation of if we kept around
290 out
250
of the,
members.
yeah.
That got us, that number, that got us close to $13, which is what.
and you said you're at 350 right now.
350 right now.
So you're already planning on you 60 people may not want to do this. That's reasonable.
Yeah,
If you're saying 290 is below what the current utilization.
No, they have 350 right now and they're forecasted 290.
That's what I'm saying. The 290 is the forecasted number.
Yeah.
yeah.
Um,
To be honest, that's just like best guess because some people are pretty frequent users, the less frequent users.
And there's gonna be some that at $5, I'm not paying anything, I won't use it anymore. You're gonna have some that drop off. 350 is when it's free.
The people that really want to use it will use it.
Yeah, so
It's definitely still less than your personal gym memberships at places like the Edge and other areas, other nearby
We
places.
really need to keep the trainer too for safety.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that makes sense.
I'm I'm at 15 in my head.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I like the idea though of offering a discount if you pay the year versus paying it monthly. I saw that some of the other towns did that.
Yeah, I'm seeing that as well too. That was my question. It was gonna be, we have a sense of like for that, like type of personalities that are going to the gym.
My own experience with the seniors in my own family, you offer them a discount for paying the year up front versus doing it monthly, and they will jump all over it because it's still a savings. So
Yeah, I mean, if we have a sense that people would go for that,
I
yeah,
would
it just
say-
puts it,
what do you think of like,
it's 180 at $15 a month for a year.
and then maybe we do 150 if you pay the year up front, so it's a $30 savings. But by the same token, we get our money up front, and now to your point, if we have a major piece of equipment break or something like that, we've got the money
Yeah.
to
To cover it.
a little sooner.
Yeah.
Let's just say everybody takes that deal. We're a little bit under the needed revenue for
Yeah.
the 290.
So my other idea, because I was noticing in other towns, and again, trying to keep the monthly price, I didn't think a $25 registration fee was that price either. So a $25 registration fee that everybody pays kind of gets us back
Forget, breathe.
I didn't say yeah. I think that you might have lost me there.
I thought that's.
You might have lost me there.
That's one with the.
So what if we-
If I do that,
What if we do 10?
Like
I'm
a
leaving
little
town.
bit some weird.
What if we do
optics,
10?
like,
I'm saying it
registration
totally
fees, save
makes
money
sense.
to the annual. I'm like.
And maybe
I
not
guess-
at 25, but if we do a registration fee so that we keep the monthly fee, you know, kind of reasonable.
Because you say $25 and you only use it a month, and they got that 25.
Yeah.
so
That's how they're doing
they're
the
gonna-
Planet Fitness right here.
yeah,
Yeah.
right now, yeah. Ideally,
Their
yes.
senior center is nice.
Yeah, I know.
It is.
I mean,
And I want to
ours
keep
is
it nice too.
I mean, ours is not, it's small, but it's nice, you know, so.
Yeah.
I drive by on the weekends. They're renting theirs out for churches on Sundays too. I'm like, yeah, look at them,
Are they-
you know, getting
Yes,
money
you're right,
everywhere
they
they
are.
place that they can.
Where?
You're right.
Their community center over at Riverfront Park, Glastonbury. They
Oh,
rent it out for
Glastonbury, okay.
they rent it out for a church on Sunday as well. So they're totally capitalizing every
Oh,
dollar
yeah.
they can get out of that building.
Right,
Yeah, I think.
Of course, it's built on the river and fall,
Yeah,
you know,
I'm
things
looking
fall
at
into the river.
Ross.
right.
It's really old.
Well,
The upper side there is- the upper side
Oh.
of the church.
Well, you know, that new boathouse that they built, that thing
Eric.
was literally falling into the river. They had to go
Don's
back and
hand
do
raised.
pilings.
$5
Yeah.
million, right? I think it's $5
Yeah,
million.
they had to reshore it up.
okay.
That was the joke I was making. Their building was falling in.
People.
Just a thought, because like you said, if we did 15, but then we did a discount for paying the year up front, it does get us back under the target. I was just bringing it up as an option.
How many residents?
Yeah, no, I wasn't finished with my thought. If you blend the two, right, then I think we're in a good place because the high end is about 53K, low end is about 43K. If half the residents do it the per month, the other half do that annual fee, I think that we could get there with the 150 for the year, $15 per month.
I'm fine with that.
How many I'm just curious, just not that I don't disagree with you, but how many residents are members currently? Like, what's the ballpark number?
How many read?
How many registered members of our,
350, right?
Well, for.
No, for the gym, just for the
350, but
overall.
the senior
Oh, for the
center,
overall.
yeah,
I think I mean.
if it's like
there might
ballpark,
have
like,
been somebody here. Yeah.
It's hard for $20 a month. Let's call it.
because I
It's
think,
10-ish bucks a month.
Most of them seem like they're.
Here is closer to kind of where we're at,
Mhm.
like
They
16,
give a much
17 a
bigger
month.
discount for paying for the
Which
service.
always.
Yeah, I think I think 150 optically, like seniors, they're gonna do the math. And they're gonna say, okay,
Oh.
I'm saving $30, that's not bad.
Yeah,
Like percentage wise,
Yeah,
180,
it's more
150.
than that,
I
but
think we look at what those numbers are.
it's okay if you can just like,
And if you got
Ballpark it.
seniors that are.
Last year we had
high monthly, that fixed
1,488
income, $15 a
active
month.
participants.
So it's-
Yes.
They may not.
No, yeah, yeah.
We're not saying like a lump sum. You're still, like you said, you're hitting balls. You're
During the
giving people
budget.
an opportunity to save. Those that can't still are paying
From
reasonable
Mickey,
amount.
and we actually moved away from just using that total number that's been reported before because some people are inactive. They also have to do a little bit cleanup. Some people pass away, but they're still in there. So
Okay.
it was like over 2,200 last time we looked at it, but active in the last year, January to December, 1,488 individuals used it at least once for something and during that year.
my only thought goes, and not that I want to maybe blend Travis's idea and your idea, Harry, is if we do a $5 registration fee up front for folks who register to then use it, that might resolve the parking issue with folks using it and not paying. And also covers the gym membership if we go that. We're also covering added expenses. Hey, we'll add more programming. We can do XYZ that might enhance.
I don't know if we're looking to add more programming.
No, I know, but like ideally, if you're
We're-
charging a
we're
fee, you can
barely
at least.
getting one halftime person in.
I know.
That's kind of my thing. I think it's tough here in East Hartford. A lot of the stuff we're doing, right sizing things. You have something,
Right.
you're getting it for well below value, right? And then now we're realizing it and like starting to like catch up in pricing, right? And so they're thinking, all right, I've had this for free, although like it's super nice over there. Like you
Right.
could easily be paying 20-25 a month and like nobody would bat
No
an
one
eye
would.
if that building was in another town. And so that's just my only concern is
I figured it'd be like a soft entry
pace
into
of-
like getting into that pace of like, hey, we've taken advantage of the friends, the ARPA money, money that we got from the state, money the town appropriated. Oh, no, I'm not trying to speak ill of the
Yeah,
friends either, but like,
I was
last
just
time
against that, yeah.
it did not
Is
either.
that the third rail in East Hartford?
Okay, I think, and right now they're paying nothing.
Right.
Currently, you're paying nothing.
Yeah,
No one's
I
paying.
think I'm leaning more towards just the monthly or the annual, and then I think we see like how that pans out. Again, I feel like a bunch of stuff is going to be coming back to us in a year, but
Yeah.
I don't want to do too much right now, and then like we really dissuade people from using it and get like really negative kind
Feedback,
of,
yeah.
you know,
And
sentiment around it.
yeah, and to answer your point, we did reference the membership when we did the comparison, we sat down with Melissa and the mayor, and that was their same sentiment too. It's like, well, if we at least charge a monthly membership fee, we're getting something, and if we could cover the cost at a minimum, great. The adding the registration fee might be kind of a, like a double hit for somebody who might be an interim user. They kind of
Yeah.
the same line.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna throw that early in the conversation. I was kind of seeing where you are.
And I'm just thinking again, I think that's why I always ask in the beginning, like, what's the purpose of the fee? So the fee is to, you know, alleviate some budget pressure, right? And I think at that $15 a month and then at 150 for the annual, let's say it's 50-50, like we'll still eke out a couple thousand more than our budget. And I think like that's a win from that standpoint. I think moving forward, right, after we do this and there's people who are like, all right, I'm willing to pay, I'm going to come, we get a sense of, would you like expanded programming? Would you like this? Then we can look at
Tag on.
adding on, because then it'll start to maybe feel more like a real gym
Yeah,
at that point. And then there will be some services we can add that like showcases like additional value. Because I think right now they're looking at it like we weren't paying anything, like we're not getting value for the 15, but
Yeah.
they are, but like,
we even looked into silver sneakers and tried to build Medicare, and that wasn't there because you have to be open to any state resident.
Yeah.
It's not, you can't just be Hartford. So that opened up a separate whole conundrum of just like, well, we.
So- Devil advocate here, a loophole on that. So what if we open the gym membership up to non-residential fee like we do for the parks, but that's $350 a month. So nobody would sign up for it, but technically we're open to it.
Right, I guess if you're willing to pay.
Just saying.
I mean,
Just
don't you all have coffee this
This is
evening
great.
soon?
We already had it.
Okay.
We are so lucky.
We
that
had it
this was
last-
the committee in like the
last week.
90s. Oh man, we'd be at a different level right now.
Yeah, yeah. Just.
I'm just saying, there's ways around things.
Yeah, there,
I was thinking similar things.
with the budget that you all approved, there are some core courses that we don't charge you by because you're paying for, the programming, certain entertainment, stuff like that. Then there are some programs that we're adding because we have some organizations that are asking to provide just for senior residents. And those, the seniors are paying for the fee for the service. So there's some classes by a personal trainer that comes in, they're paying like $5 a class, they're paying it. We have a hairdresser that comes in, they're paying that for every time that the hairdresser
Yeah.
comes in. That's not something we offer for free. So I'm just sharing a comparison that there's some things that, because it's not our staff, our program, it's a hosted program, the
Mm.
residents are paying for that on a regular basis. And so this wouldn't be out of the ordinary.
Yeah,
They're
that's not the
everything
first time we're doing it.
Yeah.
That's actually helpful positioning for the future because you
There's-
could say, hey, your gym membership fees may go up $2 in the future, but you will now have included expanded
Yep.
programming at the baseline that you don't have to pay additional for. It's included in your membership fee or whatever. I guess we're thinking like down the
Yeah.
road, but I think for
Yeah.
now.
See, Jason didn't even want us to make any changes on this one. Everything else has list changes, if any.
Little does he know about us.
All right.
So 15 per month.
15 a month, 150 for the annual. Yeah,
Or 150.
I should have asked this at the beginning, but because we have the funding in place until December, would it be appropriate for us to just put something in here that this would not be, we would start communicating this later this year, but it wouldn't really go into effect until January.
I think it needs to go into effect sooner.
Now.
We got equipment we've
Yeah.
got equipment that's aging and starting to break, and we're not exactly overfunding this to start making up for that.
Okay.
So the sooner we start putting that money away to account for taking care of
I
that
think
equipment,
this
the better.
fiscal year. Yes,
Fiscal
you
year.
said
Yeah.
July
July.
1st. Because then now we have a runway for communications, right?
Yep,
And
still gives you
so-
time to let
Because
people know it's coming.
people don't know how good they have it, right? We say now, hey, July 1st, it's gonna be $15 a month. People are, oh, no, 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 no. They have a couple months to go look at what the other options cost.
I got
And then if
They
they,
settle down before it's time to
July,
pay.
they'd be like, oh, well, yeah, this is my best option,
Yeah.
so.
I agree with your point, if we start early, then,
It's-
because we're dealing with the expenses of the costs and the ongoing contract already.
That's what I'm really afraid of. That equipment is
Yeah.
not cheap to replace.
No, it's not. And again, all of it's out of warranty. It was all bought and then it was stored for
Yeah,
years
see.
Yeah.
because the
But we were
it hadn't
waiting.
opened yet, and then it opened, but that warranty kicked in.
Yeah.
And I think
We
this
lost
puts us ahead of the budgetary concerns, I think, and I think allows for a little bit more of a contingency fund than your. I know you try to be conservative here, a couple grand, but I think that's like one or two. That's like two pieces of equipment.
Yeah.
I don't even think. Yeah, I feel like
Yeah, say you're not.
inflation. That's why I said one. I'm like,
Yeah.
so okay. All right. So we're good on that.
All right, and actually, I think I gotta change this here, so, let me do you guys a favor, you wanna let me make this motion?
Yeah. I was just gonna ask if we're ready, then I'll call the motion. I don't know if anybody, I think Don had a question on.
Yeah.
online.
Sorry, Don, we weren't
I wanted
watching.
to Get through, the.
No, you're good. You covered it.
We
it.
covered it.
Okay.
Oh, okay. All right. Is there anybody else that's on?
No.
I haven't checked recently. Okay. All right, so call for a motion on senior center gym membership fees.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to recommend that the town council approve the proposed senior center gym membership fee of $15 per month or $150 per year as changed from a memo from Amanda Garrity, Deputy Director of Health and Human Services, to Mayor Connor S. Martin, dated February 4th, 2026, per the committee's discussion.
I second the motion.
Got a second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? No, motion carries. Alrighty.
Love it.
My friend, I'm so sorry.
It's quite all right.
Welcome to the.
I say, yeah, we're
Watching the spaceship go up.
Welcome to the fees committee. Welcome to the fees
I
committee.
hope we had something a
Figured it
lot
out.
simpler for you.
Yeah.
Although I gotta say the last one on ours, we were gonna ask to table that too, because it's the same situation. It's the senior center.
Yeah, I'm already
rentals.
about to table it right now.
Thank you.
Yeah, so, looking for a motion to table item D, senior center room rentals for a future meeting.
I move we table item D, senior fee room rentals.
And I will second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Sorry, motion carries.
Well, I gotta say, based on the trends of these last couple of meetings on fees, we'll go back and reassess what we submitted and might reconsider those senior center room rental fees too on where we're at in some.
Yes.
So,
Again, when I'm not looking to make a fortune off of them, but to Melissa's point, we've got to start right sizing because the costs are going
We're
up.
so behind.
And plus, this is like the only, now that VMC is closed, this is the only place to have sort of like any sort of family commemorative holidays or like sort of gatherings.
I think everybody who goes there knows the value that they're
Yeah,
getting from that place.
It's worth it, especially with the kitchens added there. It's not
Everything's
cheap materials, not cheap quality, so.
awesome.
worth it.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
guys. Yeah.
Appreciate the discussion and thank you.
All right. Thank you.
All right, and we will try to.
that's quite all right.
Yep, and moving along to new business, we have commercial fire alarm monitoring fees. We have Elsa with us today.
So, thank you for having me. As you have in your packet, the town operates a commercial fire alarm monitoring system.
Mhm.
What that is businesses, town buildings, they can have their internal fire alarm systems connected to the municipal fire alarm system. So when an internal fire alarm system goes off, it's such as a fire, it transmits that signal directly to the dispatch center, and we dispatch accordingly. Think of it as an ADT, Encore, Sonatel, something like that. We currently have 37 commercial clients, 9 street boxes. Those are, you see it at Great River Park, one at Martin Park, and you pull a handle.
Oh, those are operational still.
Absolutely.
Oh, wow, I thought.
And
they
there
were-
are-
Yeah, no, me
Okay.
too.
They work.
Okay.
And there are 42 municipal buildings on the system. Town hall, all the schools, as an example, firehouses. We currently charge commercial customers, the 37 commercial customers, we charge them $350 annually. And looking to right size and catch up with modern times as costs increase. We did an analysis and a quick research out there, what is charged by the private companies. And we find that range to be $360 to $1,200 per year. So with that, we have an alarms division that maintains that system. They monitor that system for any troubles, and they will repair our system. So those fees go up. You know, we have to pay for our people, pay for equipment. Now our fire alarm folks,
What is that sheet?
our fire alarm folks,
I know.
they
Yeah,
do
what
other
was that
things.
sheet with the breakdown? Didn't see that.
You neither.
They're all over the place. The documents. Sorry.
So that's quite a, the fire
I wanted
alarm,
to see that though. The one that you had with the.
Yeah, well,
breakdown.
let him finish and then we'll get to that.
the fire alarms division, there's two people in that. They do other things besides fire alarms. They do radios.
Oh,
They do
right.
monitoring
Yeah, yeah.
systems in the firehouse, alerting
Has
systems.
concerns like.
But there's still costs incurred.
Mhm.
So we are recommending to, all right, where do we want to land to try to right size this and not scare away our customers?
Mhm.
We could go all the way up to $100 per month, $1,200 per year, but that's a massive
Yeah.
increase. That's not fair to the customer. We want to increase by a fair amount, so we're proposing to move to $500 a year for these customers. Bills have already gone out for this year. This would look to take effect next year, so we would start communicating this at least 90 days in advance.
Okay.
And get to current market rates that are competitive and fair. Benefits to the town, another $5,550 annually, allows us to offset parts and costs, which are roughly in the $15,000 mark. And right sizes. I can't recall the last time that this fee has been looked at. Prior to my time.
That's what I was just gonna ask.
6 years ago. I came in January 2020, and it was the same.
Yeah.
We did something similar in the fire marshal's office where we right side, we actually went down there. That's a separate discussion.
Mhm.
But this is something folks are getting a crazy deal by having us do it. We just
Yeah.
want to right size it.
Uh,
So my recommendation is we go to that $500 and open for discussion and questions.
I just want to say that when I was reviewing this is my favorite proposal that I've ever received in the
Yeah.
Peace Committee. It is beautiful.
Yeah.
It's just it's very clear, like I put something like it together. Like,
And I feel like I missed some things, so other questions I tried to anticipate. Do other communities do this?
Right.
Hartford does have a called a fire alarms division. They call it something differently.
Mhm.
They don't typically charge a monitoring fee as best as I can figure out.
Hmm.
They have a sign up fee,
Yeah.
registration fees. If you don't pay on time, it's $99, that type of thing.
Hartford's
Other
not-
communities, Middletown,
They're
$250.
also $80 million.
But they also, Middletown also charges penalties for false alarms. We don't do that. And those types of things. So fee structures are all over the place. Other communities have gotten out of this business. And that is definitely an option. You know, we could extract ourselves from this and have commercial customers go to an ADT, a Sonatrol. And then the alarm would ring at Sonatrol, they contact their dispatch center and relay that message, all within national standard.
Gotcha.
So they're getting a smoking hot deal with us.
Yeah.
They're getting quick service.
Mhm.
So an alarm goes
As opposed
off
to
at the
the
Lowe's
source, yeah.
warehouse now.
Yep.
It's in our dispatch center instantly,
Yep.
dispatched
Just
instantly.
go right there.
No delay.
I think my
Right.
condo has one as well. Parish Park.
I believe so.
Yeah, they do have one as well.
I know our church did.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and then I think I only have one question, that I didn't see in the documents. What's the cost to like onboard a new client?
$5.
$5
$5.
for us to install the system?
No, they install it and everything else.
They pay for their internals
Okay,
to put our equipment outside, on
Yep.
the outside. $5.
Really?
And we
Something other-
hardly get new customers.
Okay.
Lowe's and Wayfair's are most.
Gotcha.
Oh, they signed up for this too?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, I bet they did.
Yeah, they got it.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's more
I didn't know
aligned
that you
with
could.
development, so you're getting other fees from that
Absolutely.
work that you're doing.
Absolutely.
Okay,
If you're putting
Yeah.
in a $1.5 million warehouse,
You want the
we
big.
want you connected.
yeah.
You know,
yeah.
we operate this system. It's a value to a fire department because we're getting that alarm, say 60 seconds quicker.
Mhm.
And it's.
That could be millions of
It can
damage.
be
Right.
impactful.
Yeah.
It can be impactful.
That's true.
Yeah, I think I'm okay with the 500.
Yeah.
I think that's a conservative increase, given the range, up to 1,200. I was like, wow, we need to have this meeting for 350 up there. But I also get, again, because we're so behind, it's like that sticker shock of like the first initial increase, which this is actually still less than some of the parks. I mean, this is, probably 40, 30, high 30s, 40% increase. And so, yeah. What do you feel? Do you feel that, do you feel like we would get pushback?
Great question.
Or are there any clients that you kind of already know that are?
I don't like your increase. I'm going the $1,200.
Right.
Yeah.
I
So I
didn't even think like that. Okay.
I think we will get
Try-
questions.
You've gotta have it.
Right, it's not like you
Okay.
can't.
It's not like
go
you
out.
can't.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So the alternative is just
Basically, yeah, the alternative.
ABPs are like private companies are gonna sure charging more.
That's
right?
why, to
That's
your
what-
original point, I feel like we're still
Yeah.
well
I'm
under.
thinking higher now.
And going to that sticker shock, sure, we've all had it. Oh, I was paying 500 last year, now it's 1,000. That's a big hit. And some of the folks are called small players, like
Mhm.
Polaris Center,
Yeah.
Goodwin College. I mean, so we can't judge the fiscal feasibility of what they can afford or not. So my recommendation is hit the middle.
Mhm.
We come back next year and see where we're at. Perhaps we add a percentage escalator, but let's get on this agenda
Yeah.
of, okay, let's increase the fees for next year. Perhaps we can look at installation fees moving up. We have to start somewhere.
You're
Also,
taking away all my talking points I was gonna bring up.
I also think about, should we go out and sell more?
Right.
Yeah, that's.
Not if it's only
that's a-
$5 to
That's
connect.
another question. Yeah, and
Right.
then I'm thinking also to layer onto this,
Yeah.
to Travis's point. Is there any municipality that does it or any company that does it by square footage? And so if you are below this square footage, it's
Right.
500, but if you're like, there's a big difference between a Wayfair warehouse
Yeah.
and like a business here, like on.
Yep.
Like the
Main
Smash
Street,
Burger
right?
Main
Like,
Street is
That's like,
same.
it's like magnitudes
Sure.
larger.
Norwalk Fire has a $10 registration fee for residentials,
Mhm.
18s for commercials.
Okay,
They also have some other ordinances that require certain buildings to have them if you're so close to schools and things like that.
Yeah.
So that can be looked at
okay,
in the future.
yeah, but I think I'm good with the 500 for now, at a minimum 500, but I
Yeah.
would definitely like to think
Split this one
about
too.
what type of structure moving forward would make the most sense, whether it's by square feet,
Sure.
whether we look at the registration fee to change, because the registration fee is a one time,
One time.
yeah.
And I think
That's kind
the
of-
false
that's
alarms is one that we should be looking at because that
False
encourages, if you've got a faulty system that's constantly false alarming, you need something to encourage them to fix.
That's a great talking point because when we get troubles, we monitor the system. We have to investigate that. So our assistant superintendent of alarms or the superintendent, they do a rotation call basis. Lowe's and Wayfair, they go, we get troubles there frequently.
Oh.
So they'll go confirm our side is working appropriately.
Mhm.
Takes any necessary steps to ensure the inside is being addressed. That's on their end.
Yeah.
They'll work with the fire alarm vendors. They've got great relationships. We don't charge for that call out right now.
Yeah.
And that overtime, their overtime budget is budgeted per year 30,000. Last year we spent 36,000.
Yeah.
There's other things baked in there.
Yeah,
I can get you reports on fire alarm specific, but
But that's something for
That
like a
would-
revisit if we're gonna be meeting again in January.
Because like how many of those false
Taking a
alarms?
look at
Yeah.
the registration fee, the false alarm fee, things like that. And to me, this is another perfect case. We need to start having some sort of an automatic step for some of these fees, so that it doesn't go since 1993, since God knows when.
So
until it
that,
gets revisited.
yeah, so that's
Because
what,
then you wind up like, if we're not gonna revisit it for a
We're gonna
while,
jump.
maybe we should go to 6 or 7, and so that we're good for the next 10 years. But if it was stepping automatically, then yeah, 5's fine, because you know next year it's gonna be 515, then.
and that's why I wanted to pull that piece of the discussion out to talk with Melissa, because again, I'd rather do like a holistic approach than one by one. So what does it look like for all fees to
Yeah.
be on some sort of structure is
That was
is my
my,
question to Melissa.
And even if we did, like, to your point, we gathered the data and all that, but then we figured out that there's a few key things that you don't want to. So all fees with the exception of a couple of minor
An
things,
exclusion list,
Yeah.
yeah.
instead of doing it one by
I
one.
was
Yeah,
gonna go a step
that
further.
would be, I think, like our,
our standard. I
that
was
would
gonna,
be our, I think.
Yeah.
strong.
I was gonna have ordinance look into just setting it to every 10 years, every 5 years.
Even if we tie it to inflation
Yeah,
or
that's-
something,
So that don't
somehow
have
it's minimum
triggers?
wage
Right.
growth, something.
something,
Yeah,
because I think
yeah.
if this is the case, I mean, 93, I mean, I don't know about Harriet, I was a newborn, so that's not gonna
I know,
happen.
you're making me feel old.
So,
No, I think in,
like, we should set it like every 5, 10 years, like, Harvard has like their charter change every 10 years, automatically set in charter, like. They know, like, they're gonna look at it, if they, some things, if things are good, then they can keep it, say, hey, you know what? Council's met and we said, you know what, we're gonna keep things the same. We can do that too.
well, I think,
As an automatic trigger for our sake, to like meet, trigger a meeting. If nothing changes, hey, guys, due to XYZ, we're not meeting. Things
I'd
are
rather
the
have
same.
some kind of an automatic step increase and then like you, to your point, kind of marry the two.
Yeah,
And then every 5 years, a review to make sure that it's keeping up and doing what it's supposed to.
yeah, because then it's what it
Has there
cost.
been other
the-
costs? Have there been changes to the technology? Has something changed?
It would
But
have
in general, we all
fee
know that
issue.
minimum wage is going up, inflation's hitting, your costs are going up at least a few percent
I
per
think,
year.
I think let's, I don't.
But that's-
if we wanted to, the three of us discuss this, I don't know. We'll talk after this.
Yeah.
I think it's an informal thing for Melissa.
Yeah,
That's on, like, I think we should sit down with her.
Yeah, we
talk
can do
about,
that,
like, our holistic vision for fees in general,
Mhm.
and then see kind of where that ends, so.
My
back to
only-
Monitoring fees,
So we've covered everything other than my only question is, and it's the same thing reoccurring, does this cover our costs?
No.
Not even close,
Not even
right?
close.
55,
Not even
yeah,
close.
yeah, we'd have
Not
to,
even close.
we'd have to do, I think, again, the three pieces I see is some sort of square footage pricing, like pinning it to square footage,
Right.
false alarm fees, you talked about that, increase the registration fee,
Yeah.
I think that's the trifecta that maybe we can,
If I may add
Yeah,
a fourth,
of course.
is, and I mentioned it, sell more. Go out there.
oh, yeah,
No,
yeah, promoting it.
However, that comes with more work.
Yeah, I
that
know.
Division of two can't handle.
Yeah.
So that's a balance. It's
So for
option.
now, let's not sell more, but let's at least start
Well,
right sizing it.
I think as we do, like, we just put, that's part of our business package. When people come to East Hartford, they want to open a flower shop, coffee shop, or a Lowe's, whatever the magnitude of the building is.
yeah. I think-
As part of the packet, you just say, hey, this is your commercial fee, this is your blah, 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 like, it's all part of
that
the-
could be informed development, I feel like.
Right,
that's-
so development
that's my-
selling,
my
and now
thing.
it's not a
Like,
burden
yeah,
to the
that-
Department of
that-
Two.
that you guys-
but it's part of the package, is to say,
It
like,
is, and I feel like any businesses, insurance is gonna make them have some sort of
of
monitoring.
course,
What we're offering them is
Is a
instead of
cheaper rate.
paying the 1,200,
Discount.
we've got a direct connect. It's a better product at half the price.
right.
We are the
We-
source.
So it's-
Yeah,
A lot of companies,
Right.
like Encore will install the system.
Yeah.
side.
yep.
They'll maintain that system. Oh, and we monitor as well.
Mm,
That's why we only have 37 customers.
So.
Yeah.
Because we do the inside stuff.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
It's sold with the fire alarm system whenever somebody builds out.
Exactly.
That's why, like, I remember my church had it because it was an older system. We couldn't even find a vendor to maintain it anymore, but it was still directly connected to you guys, so we were all set.
So it's perfect.
That's, insurance was still perfectly happy because.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
like we're our
So,
source.
okay,
So, if we weren't gonna be revisiting this in January, I'd be asking that we go up a little bit more, but knowing that we're gonna take a look at this again pretty quickly. I'm personally okay with going at 5, and then when we
Yeah.
look at it with the
So
other
this would
set of
be-
fees, then we talk about,
Yeah.
do we go to 6 plus the other fees? Do the other fees take care of it? How upside down for this program are we? How much is the town subsidizing this?
Yeah, that's kind of what I
For
want for
businesses.
just like.
Yeah,
The
whole thing,
the whole
yeah.
fee
The
schedule,
gamut,
like
everything.
That type of analysis. Okay. What do you feel about the possible changes to the registration fee at this time?
I'd be okay with that.
Just getting that in there, since we're not maybe doing the big promotion thing right now, but having it in place, so we don't.
Yeah,
have
because we're not getting new
add
customers
it
right now,
later.
right?
Do you know what other areas are charging for the false alarms? One,
And that's all over the gamut.
Yeah,
There, it could be $100 to $120.
So,
You get your first 3 free type of thing. I,
and what are other towns doing for registration fees?
$25,
Yeah.
$100. It's all
So
over.
we do-
25 and then 100.
Say 2025 for the registration, 100 for the false alarm.
Yeah.
To start.
If I may,
Yeah, of
Um,
course.
I would suggest that let's get it on the radar now. Let me come to you with a little more research
Oh,
on
okay.
registration
mhm,
and false alarm. I'd rather
Okay.
not shoot in the dark at what's best
okay,
Gotcha.
here. I'd rather come back with data
Mm.
and say, okay, here's what the communities are charging for registration. Here's the programs they're using for false alarms. Here's what they're charging for trouble call outs.
So in that case, should we just table it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, yeah, so we'll table this, you'll get us that, and then I think if we can get a recommendation for the annual fee, for the registration, annual fee, false alarm fee.
Yeah.
If we can get those 3 in a package, then.
and then like
we'll
whatever
vote
the
on.
And
similar,
again, to Harry's point, like you brought up
Private side,
before, any information you
Private
have
side.
on
They charge private
square
too.
footage.
That's
Yeah,
the
like
research.
that.
Yeah,
I'm saying, but
versus
those
a
are the
restaurant.
3 things that we're
Comparison, yeah.
I want to make a motion on those 3 things.
Because we'd rather
Agree,
take it to
yeah.
council and just
Yep.
fix it.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we've got time on one, because like I said, bills just go out in
You've already-
March, they're just coming back now.
Okay.
So folks are set for this year. We've got time on. it.
yeah, that's true.
And I think the only other thing we have pending is revisiting the senior center. So hopefully, it won't, like, parks have been settled and everything else. So, and we can ask Jason to go ahead and put you
First.
first.
That's fine. We're asking for your time. We expect.
Yeah, well, I think we've like covered all the context, so I think it would just be like, let's take a look at the numbers and then you give us a suggestion and then,
We
you
go,
know,
that would truly
Travis
like-
will throw 20% on it. And then, we voted in, we're good.
You guys are gonna start calling me 20% Travis, aren't you?
yeah.
You take them.
Somebody's gotta do it, I know. Somebody's gotta do it. No, but really good discussion and yeah, thank you, Chief. I
You're welcome.
appreciate you
Yeah.
coming in and providing this, and I think this will streamline the finale, I'll call it.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
Great conversation.
Yeah.
Appreciate your willingness to chat about this.
Yeah,
something
no,
right
no,
For
this
the
is good.
town,
Yeah.
but doesn't scare away customers.
Right.
No, this is good.
So
Yeah.
they're-
Don't hesitate if you guys ever have anything.
Okay, so it's just no stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, no, we will. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Okay, so,
We've got a motion to table it, right? You said we're gonna approve the fee.
Table it. That way we're not bringing it back to council a couple of times.
so we did talk about it though, so I don't think you can table it if we've already talked about it.
Talked about what?
Talked about.
We've talked about the fees. You guys know better than I do on that one.
I think we just don't make a motion.
Oh, just like we're good with keeping.
Yeah, the
For now,
discussion is
okay.
gonna be in the,
Yeah.
in the notes.
I agree,
that
okay.
Jason.
All right.
put
So we don't
through.
do anything.
Yeah, I just think that we're just not gonna have a
No
motion on the,
action.
yeah, no action. Yeah, okay.
Oh, I mean, like for the
It's
committee
only-
though, we can table it for the committee though, at least.
What's up?
We can table this for the committee though, at least.
We're tabling it internally, but to Harry's point, we don't motion or
Uh,
table or anything because we had a discussion.
Okay.
So I think to his point, what he's basically saying
I
is
mean,
we can only table it right off the bat and then not even talk about it. But since we've talked about it and had a presentation,
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that's yeah.
yeah. Make a motion to table the motion, but it's not
Yeah,
necessary.
yeah. That's fine. Just let it sit as
Yeah.
tabled.
let it
Yeah,
sit and then just bring it back.
we'll bring it back. It's old business.
Yeah,
Old
to be
business.
continued,
Yeah.
part one.
Yeah.
Old
I
business.
don't know if that's in Robert's rules.
Yeah, we'll figure that out.
Who's Robert anyways?
Google search later.
Who's Robert? And
all
we'll put him in charge.
Right, exactly.
When would you need that by?
Well, I guess the bill
Jason
cycle,
will be in touch as far as when we're scheduling the next meeting. I'm gonna guess it's gonna be at least a month or so.
Perfect.
Yeah.
A month or two. I think we got some time.
Yeah, it'll probably be, we'll revisit it when they're ready to go ahead and go forward with the senior center.
Excellent. Gives me plenty of time to do that. Other project,
Yeah, which we should put a reasonable, I would say by like beginning of March. I think if we can get
When
Next
does the
year?
new,
beginning of May.
Oh.
when does the new cycle start?
Yes, that's
You
my
have to.
concern.
March, here.
Okay,
Oh.
yeah, so that would still
Yeah,
get plenty of time and you want,
No, I'm just thinking of the senior center. I would like that to go into effect 7/1.
I agree.
Yeah.
Whatever
Yeah.
changes we do that.
I could get ready for.
July.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay.
Which actually might bring into, while we're still in the discussion phase,
Mhm.
align it with the fiscal year.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
polled, why is it March? Nobody knows. So, so
okay.
we should align with the fiscal year
Yeah.
Right.
or a calendar, pick one. I think we could.
Fiscal year make.
One more thing to flag, see if we can, because if we can align it with the fiscal year, it makes that much more sense.
Sure.
For the
Right.
budget as well. too.
And budgeting.
For the tracking, I think
Yep.
that's part of the trouble too, is like some of these things flow in at different times and to different accounts. And so I think, that's a.
And
that's a
we would
good
work
point.
with customers.
Yeah. Okay. All right, thank you. And I will call for an adjournment of the fees committee meeting at 8:24 PM.
Motion to adjourn.
Second. Travis.
Aye.
Aye.
And motion passes.
What time did we call the meeting to order? Just so.
6:38.
6:38.
I'm gonna drop this stuff on his
Okay,
desk,
cool.
so he's got some handwritten notes to go off of as well.
Yeah,
Cool,
thank you
cool, cool.
for being our scribe today.
Yeah.
Well, since I forgot to hit the record button, I figured it was the least I could do.
No, we've all been there.
All right. I'm ending it right now, right?
Okay.
Okay.
All right.